We are back on YouTube for another Doc the Journey. This one is an exciting one, as you can see from the video title. We hit six figures for the month to date, but this video is going to be a bit different. Why? Because I was recording this video last night on the 25th of March, updating how we've gotten to $90,000 for the month. And as soon as I ended that video, we went and closed two more deals and crossed six figures within 30 minutes after that, which is hilarious. So this now video is going to cut to the video from yesterday of me talking through everything that's happened. I'll insert some snippets of us closing those deals specifically, and then I'll give another recap in terms of what happened, everything in general. But this is very exciting and very interesting. So watch this next piece, enjoy it, and then I'll give a recap at the end of everything that happened. Ciao, enjoy. So we are back on YouTube with another update, and of course it has been over a month since the last one specifically. But I don't know. I said I'd do a weekly one for every day of the month, and I didn't, or every week of the month, and I didn't. But yeah, back on with some exciting news, updates, and everything that's going on in the business overall. So very excited to dive in and jump into it. I think the last video I did was closing out February last month, or like one of the last kind of weeks of February. So yeah, a lot has changed since then, which is very, very exciting, and looking forward to kind of sharing and updating on that. But pretty much what's happened in the last month. So if anyone was kind of following along some of the different videos, we were primarily in our last video doing a lot of performance-based marketing for companies. So as in we were getting paid on a per lead basis, strictly performance-based, and yeah, that's purely how we were operating at the time. And that was kind of my roadmap in my head, like this is how we're going to get to 200K a month. This is how we're going to make this happen at those big numbers. But realistically, I actually made a big pivot from that. And we made that change at the end of January and switched into the high ticket model of collecting cash up front, putting different offers out there to the market and more. And it's just blew up the business completely and changed everything. Was February our best month ever? No, I think we did probably 40 grand in revenue, let's say. But it was our first month of our sales team selling high ticket up front, training them in the product and how to sell it, refining some of our case study systems, everything and more. And it was that learning curve of a month. We built so much pipeline in February coming into March. It was ridiculous. And it proved itself because the first day of the month on March, we did 20K in a day. And we've done multiple 20K days since. And some ridiculous numbers overall, which I'm about to share. But yeah, so pretty much February was really a training month for us as a team, switching positioning offers, training up our sales team. We've brought on a new sales manager, shout out Luke, our old closer, lead prediction. And March has been pretty lucrative so far. So sitting on the month, we are currently sitting at, if this refreshes, we are currently sitting at, you can't even see that. You can believe me after all these years, I don't think I'm one to lie. 89,889.94 cents month to date. And we have 6 days left in the month. We are hoping to close out in 100 grand today, about topping a call, close some deals, and have a couple more payments coming through. But by end of month, our goal is 120K, which gives us 6 days to do that, which is amazing. Compared to where we were in February to where we are now, it's amazing. And what's changed? We've gone through and changed a lot. We started off the month in the offer with these lead guarantees that we're putting in place. We pivoted and changed that. We've swapped everything around, and we've essentially completely pivoted the offers multiple times throughout this learning curve and process. And I think that's one thing to lean into is like being able to act fast, act accordingly, put the systems in place to do so is what makes the difference. We went from pitching these big, massive guarantees at the start of the month from a lead perspective to like dying that down and dumbing that down a bit more as we learned a bit more from fulfillment. And really only in the last 10 days, I sat down with our sales team, our fulfillment team, and said, we don't do any more guarantees. We sell on value. We sell on the value of the systems and the solutions that we provide to our clients and to our ICP. And that's what's going to allow us to sell even further higher tickets, sell to bigger buyers and more. As soon as we made that switch, I think we've closed 3 PIFs in the last 10 days for 7 grand. Painfuls, 2 one-call closes because we started selling on value. We stopped selling a commoditized offer associated with a certain amount of leads that we can deliver and started selling the value of the systems and the solutions we provide. And as a result, we've just blown up, and even in the last 10 days. In general, it's been an incredible month, but that has been a big pivot. And I think that's a limiting belief of mine. If I want to talk about kind of lessons from March, number one, pipeline is everything in B2B. Is you really just have to stick it out. You have to keep spending on ads. We spent a lot of money on ads in probably nearly the same amount of money on ads in February as we will this month, with not much return to show from it, hugely. But I understood that game and I understood the importance of pipeline. And if I didn't and I got scared and I pulled back, we would have gotten nowhere in March. We kept the foot on the gas, kept the foot on the pedal, and as a result, we're doing what we're doing now. We're having these massive days and we're building a ridiculous pipeline coming into the next month and the next month and the next month. And yeah, it's exciting. It's incredible what we've done so far. Our fulfillment is dialed. Our people coming into our company, our clients are like the best clients we could possibly have. Qualified business owners, educated business owners that are there for the value and not just how many leads we can send them. They're there for a return and a result, which some will understand. But this is the major shift that I've had to make, because all up until now I've sold on guarantees, and that's how our sales team has sold. And I was a bit nervous, and shout out to the sales team massively for taking this on. But switching from them just being used to sell a guarantee as the way to get a deal over the line to being able to sell value, they've taken it by storm. So big shout out to them. It's been absolutely incredible. But yeah, that's what we've managed to do so far this month. $89,899.94. Going to close out the month on 120K. I'm really, really confident on it. That's our goal KPI, and then I want to do 200 next month. I'm going to do another video end of month to wrap it up and talk about the plans for next month. But yeah, that's what we're sitting at currently. How does it feel? It feels normal. It really does, because my goals are so far-fetched past that. Also, as well, like anybody who's watched our last videos we've done, or my videos from last year, we actually hit 100K in the same month last year, which is funny. But this time it's very different. We're selling something we truly back and believe in. We're not selling on guarantees and stupid offers. All the learnings and mistakes have been made and are taken in and have been adjusted. And I'll be completely honest, I've made mistakes in the last like 2 months that I regret making from an offer point of view and more. And I was kind of surprised I made them again, but I quickly refined them and changed them. The real difference right now is, before, it was my first time growing a company, getting it to a big standard, you could say, compared to most agencies, whatever you want to say. And that's all I cared about, was getting to that number. And then things just started to dwindle off from there. All I'm thinking about now is like, how do I maintain and continue growing at a fast and consistent rate so that Lead Prediction as a company can close out the year hitting the overall revenue goals we want to hit, and being able to see 6 months in advance, think 12 months in advance and more. That's how I'm currently operating to be able to achieve our goals. And that's why me hitting a big month this month and a good month this month isn't like this over the moon and delighted sense. Of course, I'm absolutely delighted. I have spent the last 8 months going from offer to offer, figuring out what to do, and then finally making the decision to go back doing what I know I can do and doubling down on it has provided this result. And I couldn't be more grateful. I truly couldn't. Really and truly, like January, February was just stressful. It was just stressful. It was like we were growing, we were signing clients, they were all performance based. Fulfillment wasn't up to where it needed to be. We made mistakes in how we were selling, everything under the sun. And it was very fucking stressful. I'll just be completely honest. Like, it really, really was. From a money being spent into the team, into ads, not seeing a return on that. Like, you have to really understand is, I restarted this business and this offer in December. We did not collect a payment from a client until February. 2 months of spending with no income coming in from the business. Not many people will be able to suck that up in terms of what we spent on ads and our team and everything and more. And I'm just so fucking grateful I did. I'm so fucking grateful for my experiences from the past, because the only reason I've been able to take this offer from 0 to soon to be 100 and goal is 120 by the end of the month is because of what I've done before. And this is why I really just try and push on to people that just go hard, go fast, because the mistakes you'll make will be the only reason you'll get to the next level and the next level faster. It really is like this across the board. But the faster you could do these things, the faster you get to the goal outcome. It truly, truly is. So yeah, super, 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 super happy with everything we've done so far. But as I said, like, it's normal to me. I'm thinking 3 months time, 6 months time, 12 months time, 2 years time, like, because that's the only way I need to think. You're only as good as your last month. That's it. So like, and even that in itself, I'm not viewing things on a month-to-month basis anymore. I'm viewing them how a company should be viewed. over a yearly basis, over a 5 year basis. Right now, my head can just think in a yearly basis right now, but then it'll get to the 5 year basis and more and more and more. So yeah, overall, super happy with where we're at. We learned a lot in the last 3, 4 months in terms of what to do. Super proud of the team and how everyone's pulled together. And just me as an operator overall is massively leveled up. Why? Because I've done this before, I've gone through this before again, and I've taken the mistakes and the lessons and the learnings and taken them into this time around. And I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm never more confident in myself than I've ever been. And one other thing is just like my mindset towards growth, what is required, understanding what's actually required from a marketing and sales point of view to achieve our goals. Things I dropped the ball on last year that I'm now completely on top of, and just have no fears about that we're going to achieve everything we ever dreamed of. There's road bumps in the way, of course there is. There always is, especially in this lead gen world that we deal in, but that's part of the game. It truly is. And I would just want to say to anybody out there that's running their agency, that's working their ass off trying to get their next client or wherever you currently are at, number one, start spending some money on ads. It'll change your life. And number two, you just got to go 10 times harder than you think you're already going, because what you think is required to get to your goals is just not. You'll hit caps, you'll hit ceilings, and you need to push past them. And your attitude to risk needs to really, really be stronger. You need to have a stronger taste for risk. You need to be able to put your balls on the fucking table, open up an ad account, put some money behind it, not sure where things are going. It's the only way you're going to go. It truly, truly is. I spent 20 grand on ads probably before we saw our first payment come through from this new offer. Just run use me as not in an egotistical way, but when you're worried about this, you're worried about spending on this, you're worried about spending on ads, you just need to reframe yourself, because I constantly throughout the weeks and throughout the months, and I do this probably 2 or 3 times a month, quickly switch myself and have to reframe myself in terms of associating with risk and understanding what risk is, putting myself in the shoes of people who are above me and how they view things, how they view ROI, how they view ROAS, everything and more is essential. It truly, truly is. So I'm very, very happy with everything done so far. I'm going back and finishing that. So when you think about the risk you're taking and you're worried and you're scared about what you're doing, just please, just think about that for a second. I spent 20 grand before I saw a payment come through. If I didn't, we wouldn't be where we are today and about to do what we're going to do. Your risk is only relevant to your perception of what it is based on those you have around you. Start viewing and watching videos of people who are doing $1 million a month, $5 million a month, realize what they need to do to achieve their goals. And then you'll realize what you're worrying about is minuscule in comparison. So yeah, that's the update so far. It's currently 10:30 on March 25th. We very well could finish off today at 100K, I'm not sure, but we'll probably do another update before end of month next week, seeing what the overall totals are. We'll be a bit more prepared for the video, touch on some different topics, but I want to get a video out there because it's been about time. We've had a killer month so far, and yeah, 89K for the month, or for the month to date. So yeah, quick thumbnail. Let's get it. See you soon. Let's get it. See you soon. Bye-bye. We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Yeah! It's already fucking happened. Let's take a look at this. 1 second now. I'm looking. Last 7. I will. Give me a second. Give me a fucking second. Last 7 days, 32 grand. Month to date, 101, 139.94. Oh, baby. It's been a while coming. I think I'm not too sure how many people have taken fucking a dead eye, pretty much for 3 months, 0 to 100. Pretty nuts. So, as you would have seen from that clip before, that was me and Stephen getting off the final call of the day and crossing the 100K a month mark for the month. with 5 days left in the month, which was just like fairy tale, like how it happened. How I recorded the video, jumped in here, and made that happen. So yeah, that was the background and basis on that. And honestly, I covered a lot in yesterday's video. Like I knew we were going to hit 100 by the end of the month, regardless. We're going for 120 before Wednesday, which is the first. So I really covered everything. Like just adding another 10 grand to the business doesn't change that much. It's a number at the end of the day. So not much of a change since what you've seen in the video, but yeah, pretty funny how it comes about. It is like, what I will say is like, we hit it last night, let's say, and it just felt so normal. Like this is just what I do. And I'm very, very different person to who I was last year. Last year we hit that 100K a month and none of us knew, and I didn't know what to do after that. I wasn't thinking 3 months, 6 months, 12 months time in advance. That's all I've been thinking right now. It happened last night. I sat down, chilled out, and then woke up and went after it again. I was thinking about the same things I was thinking throughout the day because nothing changes because that's a pure stepping stone on the goal. That's literally it. It's just a number that's crossed over the screen. Don't get me wrong, it's a huge achievement. We pretty much took lead prediction back from 0 to 100K in 3 months. And let me add some context to that. We started selling high ticket the last week of January. Our pay per lead and performance based clients have paid us 15, 20 grand maybe. Everything else has been new cash. So that 100K right there that you see, probably around 90,000 of that is new cash this month. So that's how fast we grew this from 0 to what it is currently, which is impressive from my point of view that I have the skill set and I have the team, obviously, that's able to do that. Best team in the fucking world. Shout out to everybody. Billy, Sofian, the whole gang. Like everybody's been with me for a long, long while. I've just absolutely crushed it. And yeah, very proud of everyone, what everyone's pulled together. But my mind immediately just went to last night and this was it. Okay, so what's next? Where are we going next? How do we move from here? And I already know what we need to do because I've already been planning and preparing for it. Last time we hit this goal it was, oh my God, we hit it. Like, look, here's the thumbnail. He hit this, he hit that. Like right now, that doesn't mean shit to me. Maintaining this and growing this is what actually counts. You're only as good as your last month, as I would have said yesterday. So yeah, that's the real basis and bones of it. But obviously a huge, huge fucking achievement. I'm very happy to be able to do that. And once again, it's like, as I said yesterday, you just need to do these things, move with such a stupid amount of speed to understand what's truly possible. You limit yourself for what you can actually achieve based on the limitations you set in your mind. There's no playbook for this. There's no playbook for saying how long it needs to take to get to X goal. You just create that in your head based on what you consume. Why can't I go from 100 to 250K in the next 2 months? What's stopping me at the end of the day? I know what it is, and I know what I need to fix and improve, and we fix and improve on it. It's very simple and straightforward when you look at it. And there'll be challenges, roadblocks, bumps along the way, but that's all expected when you're growing fast and you're moving quick. So yeah, I know this thing never focuses, but you can't even see that. I'll throw a screenshot up, but anyways, yeah. 101,459.94 month to date, aiming for 120 by the end of the month. So yeah, like once again, these things are normal, and that's how I need to view them, as everything is just normal. Because we're going to go absolutely nuclear next month again, tracking 150 to 200K and more. Like we've about going into next month, we've $50,000 to $60,000 minimum in just new rebuilds from clients. So we just need to go and do what we did this month, next month, to be able to hit those same 100K new cash. So we'll be doing all those forecasting, mapping it out. But yeah, a massive goal achieved so far early on in the year, and I'm glad for that. But it's nowhere near the goals that I've set for myself for the year. And that's one thing I've done this week, is like really actually sat down, because I felt like I was getting not comfortable, but like, I felt safe to an extent. Whereas like for many, many months prior to this, I haven't. So that feeling of feeling safe was like, okay, nice, I'm happy. And you let that creep in too long, and you take your foot off the gas, take your foot off the throat, and yeah, you slow down. So reminding myself what my goals are, how big they are, and how everything we've done so far is minuscule and is getting me only a tiny percentage of the way there for what I have planned out for the year. Reminding myself of that makes everything in comparison like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to go 10 times harder. I'm not doing enough, and switch that into gear. Because for now, for me, this next stage is something I haven't done. Go from hitting like a 6-figure month mark and up from there, and up from there, and maintaining that and continue growing that onwards and onwards and onwards. So the next stage is a new chapter for me. It's a new learning curve for me. But at the same time, if I'm honest with you, I don't put energy into something because then I create it. That it's, if I put like this energy into this, that this is a big challenge and a hard thing to do, just based on the past experience and what I've done before, I'm going to just make the same mistakes again. So I blocked all that out, cleared all that, and this is just normal. Obviously, we're going to go and do 150 to 200 next month. I know exactly what we need to do. I'm just normalizing that, stop worrying about things in the past, and we'll get exactly where we need to go. So yeah, big achievement, big win. And yeah, it was an interesting video on how it came about, but onwards and upwards from here. We have a lot more to do. Huge goals for the year that are only like little drops in the pond in terms of where I want to be. So it's time to put the foot in the gas and keep rock and rolling. Another day, another dollar. You can achieve everything you ever want. Just put your balls on the table, do what others don't, and just don't tie yourself to what others' expectations are of themselves, because that'll just hold you back. There's no roadmap to how fast you can do things, purely based on what you create up here. So yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's take it on. Nearly the end of March. We'll do another update next month by end of month, and we should be at 120 or I will be fucking pissed. Let's roll. Ciao.